Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a Craftsman R1500 rear engine riding lawnmower 30-inch. Earlier this year, customer started mowing his lawn. He noticed his gas tank was always empty all the time, and he couldn't figure it out. Then he put some towels or something on the ground, and here the carburetor was leaking on it really bad. And he went online and he bought a new carburetor. And he started taking it apart, and he figured it was over his head or something. He didn't want to do it, so he brought it here, and I smelt the oil and the almost pure gas in there. And I asked him, did you check the oil? And he said, well, he checked the oil, but it was always fuller than normal. And I'm surprised he didn't knock a rod out of it or something, because these ain't very good engines in these MTD engines. But anyways, he asked if I would do it for him. I said sure, so hopefully you enjoy the video. As you can see, the carburetor's all yellow. That's ethanol. I told him when we get this done to start burning premium in it. So hopefully he'll do that. We'll take this cover off here. It's a lot easier to get the air filter and everything off. But yeah, he said he started tearing it apart, so I don't know if he put it back together right or not, I don't know. But we'll just take our time and do it right. Pop the air filter assembly off and everything. It looks like we have two 10mm nuts and one 10mm bolt there. And we got a Phillips screw up here. The Phillips screw is right in the back corner here. I think it's for like anti-vibration for that when it's running, so the air filter base ain't vibrating around. We're gonna drain the gas too. Once we get this all apart, drain the gas, put fresh gas in there. But yeah, the oil's all the way up to here, and it's supposed to be down here between them two holes. And it's just, I think there's more gas in there than there is oil. So let's get a 10mm 1/4" socket. Take this off next. And on this bolt here, there's a spacer. Don't lose that spacer. You might need an extension for this to get to this back one. Is there another bolt on there? Yeah, there is. There's one under this cover. I forgot about that on these things. We got a 10mm bolt on this cover, so we have to pop this cover off. And in order to do that, we gotta take this plastic shroud off here. At least get it lifted up enough. We gotta take the gas cap off. And there's some plastic clips we gotta pop out. That's probably why you gave up on it. These little black plastic clips. You pop up the center and pop the center out. And you pull out the base. Go ahead and take the gas cap off. And there's one here and there's one on the other side. There's two on this side over here. You gotta take the center piece out before you can take the bottom part out. And when you do this, the plug-in for the key switch might pop out. Might have to take the seat off too, it looks like. That's 3/8. We're just gonna pop that seat off. Either 3/8 or 10mm. Kind of hold the seat while you're taking that last bolt out so the thing don't fall on you. A lot of work just to get to the carburetor. Just go ahead and unplug the key switch. I'm gonna put something under here to hold that up. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3 10mm nuts and one 10mm bolt. Pop that off. I'm going to get a little cup to put all the nuts and bolts in there so we don't lose nothing. And this back bolt, you don't have to take it all the way out. Just take it out enough so the top slides up. And when they get about doing this, you make sure there ain't no mouse nests or anything under there. So now we can get to that last bolt for the air filter base. That's probably why he gave up on it, because he couldn't get this one out. Not a very good design, I don't believe. Then pop this vent tube off and just move that out of the way. There's two wires we have to unplug for that fuel shutoff solenoid. There's two different colors. One's white with the black stripe. That goes to the red one. And the solid white one goes to the black one. Let's pop that fuel line off. Take that clamp off so you can see that better. I'm going to drain the gas out, but for now I'm just going to put this fuel shutoff on the line. I'll make a mess on the table. Rock that fuel line back and forth to rake the seal on it a little bit so we don't tear it. Well, it's stuck on there good. And another thing I noticed, we're not going to be able to slide this carburetor off because all you're going to do is bend this governor rod. So what we have to do is take this whole intake elbow off. So let's go ahead and let's see this. This runs your choke, this air vane, and you got this little spring thermostat. Here, that's it. It's like an automatic choke. Let's pop this clip off so we don't damage anything. Just pop that off. I'm going to take these two 10mm bolts off right here. This ain't a very good design at all. I think I'd be kind of embarrassed if I was the one that invented this setup on this. I gotta take a lot of stuff off. Bad design. Because if I left this on, you know, this carburetor is meant to slide forward, but you'll bend that doggone rod. And make sure that O-ring there is in good shape. So now we can get to the fuel line a lot better now, and I can show you how to plug in or unplug them two wires. Let's go and unhook this so I don't bend that governor rod or anything. Here's our choke rod. There we go. Feeling was stuck on there pretty darn good. Well, there's no gas in here anyway. Probably all in the crankcase. Alright, the white wire with the black stripe goes to the black wire. Let's pull out them two little clips and it pops off. Well, actually they're both white wires with black stripes. I thought one. So I guess they really don't. Yeah, they only go on one way. Yeah, duh. There's a male and a female clip, so you can't screw it up. All right. So there's that carburetor. Let's grab the new one out of the. Make sure it's the right one. I don't know if they got us off the MTD website or what. Same brand of carburetor, so yeah, they must have got it right from MTD. So that's good. Tops all line up. Fuel lines match. Fuel shutoff solenoids, both male and female ends on there. So this is not an aftermarket. This is a true carburetor for this engine. So that's good. So now I was going to do opposite of when we tear it apart, just start at the end and work back towards the beginning. And we'll take our time on it so we do it right. Okay, so these wires are pretty much idiot proof. I only go on one wire. Push in there till it clicks. Till it clicks. Now let's get this fuel line on. Put the clamp on. Now the spring come undone from the governor. Okay, got the fuel line installed, clamp on. Now we gotta put this spring on. Fell out of the hole. Make sure you have a nice bend in that so it don't come undone. I just set that on there. Make sure your gasket's on. Put that in the hole and push it to lock. Okay, now the air filter base. Make sure your gasket is in good shape. And this vent tube goes on. Make sure that hose is on there all the way. There we go. Now this bolt. Anyway, I take the whole top off for. There we go. Now the two nuts that go on there. I'm gonna have to use a magnet on that inside one. My fingers are too big and fat. Could try putting it on the socket here. Be careful you don't cross thread it. Okay, now this bolt here, we need this spacer. Okay, now that Phillips screw goes in this back corner. Okay, and just double check. Make sure everything's working. This thing came with a new fuel filter. You might as well put a new fuel filter back on there. I'm gonna blow this. The air filter don't look too bad. I'm gonna blow it out. There we go. Let's go ahead and put this top back on. You just want to snug these down. You don't want to over tighten these, because if you over tighten them and take them back out, that stud that's bolted in the block could come up and you'll have all kinds of problems. So just so it's nice and snug, don't over tighten it. I gotta plug the key switch back in. This don't give you that much extra wire. Make sure it's pushed in right away. Insert this outer piece and the center piece, that's what locks it. Put the gas cap back on. And we got one more right here. You know, stuff is not too bad putting on stuff, but just the idea, the way they designed it, well, you have to do all this stuff. It's kind of crazy. It's not hard work at all, just time consuming. Okay, now I'm going to do the oil now. And some of you might laugh at this, but anytime there's oil and gas in the crankcase, I change the oil twice in it. You know, you may laugh if you want, but I think it's better because the gas is a solvent. It thins out the oil, and you're never going to get it all out the first time. So, you know, I charge the customer a little bit more because I need to put 2 oil filters on there. But hey, in the long run, that's still cheaper than buying a new motor. I just can't believe they didn't knock a rod out of this or anything. They mowed the lawn probably 3-4 times this year already. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna vacuum the oil out, put a new oil filter on it, fill it up full of 1030. I'm gonna run it between 10 and 15 minutes, shut it off, do the exact same process again, and put another oil filter on. They brought 1 oil filter. I'm gonna have to go to the store and get another one because I don't have any of these on hand for these MTD motors. But truthfully, if you left a little bit of gas in there, when you put that new oil in there, it's gonna dilute that new oil. So just take the extra step and do it this way. You know, well, you don't have to, but that's the way I do it. And knock on something. I haven't had a motor blow up yet. Maybe it's overkill, but that's what I do when there's gas in the oil in the crankcase. You can do how you want to do it, but that's just the way I do it, because you're never going to get it all out the first time. So let me do this process. We'll get it off the table and show you how it runs. But yeah, when the carburetor is all yellow, you know you're using ethanol. And I'm sure the needle and seat and stuff, if you still can get a needle for these, a needle's probably $20, $25 just for needle. And I don't know how much these carburetors are, what, 30, 40 bucks or something. So just stay away from the ethanol. I know gas is high nowadays, but the best thing to use is premium. There's no ethanol in it. Well, let me do this process twice and be right back. Okay, we flushed oil out twice. I think some of you think I'm probably stupid for that, but I just like covering my bases on that. Anyways, it purrs like a kitten now. And I put premium gas in the tank, and I'm gonna tell the customer that's probably what they should do. You know, you can't make them do it. Just a suggestion. But anyways, I hope this video helps you out, because I know there's a lot of different steps you gotta take just to get these carburetors off. But I really appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. And you guys have a good afternoon.